Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mysticon, Board Game Geek, and I'm bringing you what is going to kind of be another episode of my playthrough of this War of Mine, which I've gone through several videos now and realized that my experiment that I tried to do with this was not what I would call a rousing success for me. I know that some of you have liked it and enjoyed it, but as much as I try to minimize mistakes, doing what the game says, which was to not read the rules, I have found in trying to do a solo playthrough has been rather difficult to do. So there's a lot going on. We got a lot to do in the game, and it's very interesting because the game has a save feature, and I haven't used it, and I need to make some corrections as we go forward. So what I'd like to do, and I know this may disappoint some people, but maybe not some others who were telling me that I was making some errors, some fundamental errors in the game, which I was, because, again, I was trying to learn it as we go. So let me take a step back. With the process of learning as you play, I think it's fundamental, and I'm going to say this for anybody getting this game, because you won't know the mistakes you're making if you do it solo. It's fundamental that you play with other people, I think, because then you're going to be looking through the rules as you play, and people are going to be looking at the game and telling you what you need to do. So, like, hey, you missed this, or you didn't look at that, and I think that's so important in this game, the way it's run. So, what I'd like to do, and please forgive me, but I'm sure you will like the other things that I plan to get to the table, is on page 10 in the big book of scripts, there is a large section for saving the game. And it basically has to do with a big bag and making sure you get things in the order that they came out in and how to save it. And we have a ton of resources in the game. We lost some characters. We're just now into chapter 2 of 3. So we're really not as deep into the game as I like, and playing one turn, every turn is taking me at least an hour. So we would have at least another 5 or 6 hours of this game before we complete it. And I think what I'd like to do is get some things that are a little more light, a little more enjoyable to the table so we can keep things fresh and running, and learn this game better and come back to you, maybe do a synopsis view or complete the game session a little further when I have some more experience with the game itself. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to apologize in advance if that's not okay, but I do have some things I'd like to get to the table, like this one, and some others like Sword and Sorcery, which I've been learning. And, some other things that I got going on, coming in, rolling on in. I got Ghostbusters 2. I haven't cranked that out yet. I did Dark Souls, and I have some things that I haven't played yet that I'd like to get onto the table, or at least show you guys. So I want to do that, and I hope that you're okay with it. So please give me the virtual nod of acceptance and tell me, yeah, that's okay, Doug. I get it. I totally get where you're coming from. So this is going to be a short video because we're going to talk a little bit about my thoughts on the game so far, and then we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to save it for another time, and hopefully that works out well. Now, one of the things that I do need to do is that these cards over here that represent raids, the night raids, I should have been adding a couple of these cards into the deck, and I'm going to do that before I quit, along with some of these resonance cards that get a little nastier as time gets on in the game. People get more desperate, start doing more desperate things. So I'm definitely going to have to add a few of those in, and I'm going to go back and review and see how many I need to put into the game to make that work. But outside of that, basically the saving consists of storing your cards in order and placing the tokens and everything else in a bag. So we're going to do that. And then also there's a sheet that allows you to snapshot basically where your character's at. And we're going to do that as well. I'll show you that sheet. It tells you, see, it looks like it says who your characters are, and it tells you what their fatigue level is and everything else, or what their statuses are as well. And you can use this to save the game. And it also shows the locations as well as they're two-sided. It shows the locations of the house so you can mark in what is still in there and still active. So I'm not going to do that on camera, of course. That would be a horrible waste of time, I would think. But we're going to do it that way. And also, why I got your attention, I am playing in a play-by-video session with Cat Weasel. So if you go over to his site or check on Tube Tables on Board Game Geek, you can see the game that we're playing. And I'm playing with some other folks like long-standing video watcher Stocia, who I just found out how to pronounce her name. I always thought it was Stasia because of the way it's spelled. And it's awesome to be playing in a game with her because she's been, adding commentary and watching all of our videos for so long. It's great to play in a game with some of the folks that also participate in the commentary and the watching of our stuff, which is awesome. So, guys, thanks. I really appreciate you sticking with me on this one. All the great feedback. I do think that the feedback is going to help other players play this game much, much better. And that's my goal on any of these sessions, is to help people play the game. Maybe give them enough information to say, yeah, you did enough that I can get through it. I just need to review the rules, and any feedback and corrections that are in place are great for the people watching. So, guys, thanks so much. We're going to end it here with this war of mine, and I'm going to stash everything the way it belongs, and hopefully that works out for us. So thank you again. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all your input and feedback, even if it's sometimes not positive. But I appreciate it, and I will get back to you soon with, I think, because I don't think it'd be a long video session, something to give you a little lighter, is Teeny Epic Quest, which is really cool. And guys, thanks. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon. If you're really disappointed in this, heck, yell at me, whatever. We'll talk through it. I'm sure you'll feel in the end that I'm doing the right thing. But thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you next time.